Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will be presenting for subject CSCI 4401 final year project 1. So our project title is Improving IoT Devices, Implementing Blockchain as Security Features. So this presentation will be presented by me, Nur Sarah Sajidah binti Muhammad Hasri, and Mimi Shafiza binti Mat Matahar. This project is under guidance of our supervisor, which is Dr. Nur Zariyah binti Yahya. We proceed to the next slide. For this page, this is our project poster with ID number 941R. So in this poster, we provide abstract of this research, problem statement, objectives, literature review, and also methodology. So next, we will proceed to the abstract of this research. IoT devices are devices that connected to the internet or cloud databases. Meanwhile, blockchain is a shared, immutable ledger for recording transaction, tracking assets, and building trust. Blockchain acts as security features in the IoT devices database that ideals for delivering and storing information. The purposes of this research are to study the implementation of blockchain technology in IoT devices, to identify the extent of data security in the database whenever there is involvement of blockchain and IoT devices in any transaction, and lastly, to explore ways to avoid leakage and alteration of data. The expectation of this research is to assist future implementation in order to understand the security features that might involve blockchain in IoT. So that's all for the summary of this research. The next slide will be presented by my partner Mimi. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mimi Shafiza binti Mat Matahar. My matrix number is 1918194. Okay, thank you, Sister Sarah. So now I'll be presenting about the problem statement. For our research paper, we have three problem statement, which is the first one is the inconsistency recorded data, especially when there is involve large number of data. And then the second one is the authentication and modification of data done by the unauthorized user to alter or leak the data. And then the third one is the transparency of users' identity in the database when any transactions or activities occur. So now I'll be passing the floor again to Sister Sarah.
Thank you, Mimi. So after presenting about the problem statement, so now we proceed with the objective of this research. The objective of this research has been mentioned earlier in the abstract, which are to study the implementation of blockchain technology in IoT devices, to identify the extent of data security in the database whenever there is involvement of blockchain and IoT devices in any transaction, and also to explore ways to avoid leakage and alteration of data. There are three objectives that we point out for our research. So I pass the floor again to Mimi. Thank you.
Thank you again, Sister Sarah. Okay, so now I'll be presenting about the literature review. We've gathered three paper, three journal article. So the first one is titled "Towards an Optimized Blockchain for IoT." So this paper it presents an optimized blockchain that retains the security and privacy features of the original blockchain while eliminating the overhead. So it utilized a layered design with a centralized private immutable ledger at the local IoT network level to decrease overhead, and a decentralized public blockchain at higher end devices for more confidence. The design, security, and privacy are assessed, demonstrating the new architecture's resilience to a variety of threats. The approach offers a minimal packet and processing overhead according to the simulation findings. So the next paper is titled Integration of Blockchain and IoT and Enhanced Security Perspective. So this paper explored about current security risk with IoT systems. The article's writers then studied how the use of blockchain may alleviate these security vulnerabilities inherent in the IoT ecosystem and improve its overall security. So the way the blockchain's applicability has expanded beyond its initial usage for Bitcoin production and trading has decisively demonstrated its relevance and adaptability in general networked secure transactions. IoT has also demonstrated that it is capable of far more than just being a basic wireless sensor network. So in reality, when blockchain and its variations are used together, they provide several security characteristics such as better privacy, greater security, full traceability, intrinsic precise data provenance, and also accurate timestamping that other technologies can't match. So for the third journal article, it is called Blockchain IoT Sensors, a solution to IoT ecosystems security issues. So the study of this paper presents a blockchain hardware architecture, which is the cryptography and consensus algorithms to enhance an IoT devices capabilities and address security challenges in the IoT ecosystem. The author's objective was to deploy blockchain in hardware that was tailored to an IoT device in order to increase physical and virtual security measures on network devices. So finally, IoT devices embedded in ecosystems dedicated to supply chain security and quality are destined to become essential players in product quality and safety due to the total confidence in their ability to gather, transmit, and also store data. The application of new IT security technologies to numerous application domains will pave the way for the emergence of blockchain IoT systems. Okay, so now I'll be passing the floor to Sister Sarah. Thank you.
Now, after the explanation about the literature review, so we proceed to our methodology. This is how our methodology look like. So for this methodology, we secure SDLC for agile software development. So our first phase is planning. So this is the phase where we brainstorming and discuss what research title or what should we do research about. So this is the first phase before starting our project. So the next phase we move to identify phase. So this is where we find articles related to the topic. Next, the third phase is select. So this is where we do read all the articles that we find from the second phase. So here we will read and go through the articles that related to our project. Next we move to the fourth phase, which is a process. So for this phase, we do we select the best articles that really related and have a good reference for our project, can be the good reference for our project. So this is the phase where we select the best articles and we omit the articles that is not strong enough to support our research. And then we move to the next phase, the fifth phase, which is analyze. So this is where we digest the information from the articles that we have filtered before. So next we move to the execute phase. So this phase, on this phase we started to write our progress report by referencing to the articles that we have read before. And then from this phase we can go back to the second phase, third phase, and also the fifth phase. This is because during our writing the report, we might find that our articles is not enough, so we have to find more and do some research and still read through the new articles that we found, and then we have to analyze the data in the articles. Then we can write the progress report again and again. So the process is repeated through our research on this project. So the final phase is finalize, which we finalize the final progress report with the reference and all the evidence that we put in our research. So that is our methodology, how our methodology looks like. So that's the end of our FYP presentation. Hope that you guys understand what our research is about. So that is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.